Hey juice hackers, welcome to the juice recipe of the week. I know you guys love juice recipes, I do, and that's why you'll get one recipe each and every week of the year on bestjuicer.net if you subscribe to my YouTube channel right here. So this week we'll start with basically one of my favorite recipes that you can also find, of course, in my free juicing jumpstart guide for juicypreneurs that you can find on bestjuicer.net. Don't worry, I'll leave a link in the description window below this video. So there's an incredible 35 handwritten pages waiting just for you to be picked up, downloaded, and well, prepare your own juices. Okay, but now let's get finally started with the first juice recipe that we're gonna prepare this week. It is called the ginger pike roll. Yes, baby. So basically, I love ginger. It is aromatic, it is pungent, it is a little bit spicy, and it adds a certain zesty zing to your juices. Well, don't add too much though. A knob is usually more than sufficient because the taste can get overpowering quickly. Ginger also serves as an anti-inflammatory compound and has shown to alleviate gastrointestinal distress. So if you happen to be pregnant, for example, and suffer from nausea, you might certainly want to give ginger a try. So another core ingredient that I use in almost all of my juices is cucumber. This is so great. It smells so fresh, and cucumber hydrates your body because it consists basically of water. So whenever you have the feeling your juices get too strong because you added too much of those leafy greens and kale and whatnot, so consider adding a cucumber, well, to the mix, and that makes your juice a lot smoother and better to digest basically. I think many of you have heard also of the benefits of celery. Well, in addition to the well-known antioxidant like vitamin C or, wait, let me just chew that out for you. Like the antioxidant nutrients in celery. So basically there's a lot of vitamin C, and the antioxidant nutrients boost the power of the ginger, so it's a perfect combination. That's what I love about juicing. I could never eat a knob of ginger or even more in a day without juicing. You can consume it basically with ease. Personally, I don't like to eat celery, well, but in juice it just tastes like delicious. The apple, which we have here, will just add a little bit of sweetness to the mix. If you don't like apples, you can try pears, of course. So this is basically all the different recipe options you have. You can really play around, and I invite you to do so because this is not magic. This is not science. You can just do it whatever you want. We've also added some parsley that we will come on in a second here in our juicer. So we have one green apple, we have a knob of ginger, and we have one cucumber, which I've just halved here for presentation purposes. We have basically 1 cup of parsley here, so you can have a generous bunch of parsley to the mix. And we have a stalk of celery. We might add a little more, but I don't know yet. So depending on how you like celery, you might add more or less. And I will be basically using my centrifugal juicer, which we have here, which is certainly one of the cheapest methods to get started. So soon I'll show you how to, well, juice basically with a masticating juicer, but for now, this will work all right with the juice we're preparing here. And depending on the chute of your juicer, you need to cut the apple in half because it's gonna be too big for the juicer to chew. So make sure you wash all the produce before you actually put it into the juicer, and that is certainly very important that you buy organic because all the pesticides, you know, it's important to really take care of what produce you buy, and we have several articles on that on Best Juicer. You can decide whether you basically want to juice the parsley, or you can also add it into a blender later. For example, if you have a centrifugal juicer, the yield of the parsley is not gonna be very good. But you can add the juice into the blender with the parsley and have all the benefits of it. So basically, I'd like to start right now with juicing, but let me just cut that apple real quick and then come back to the video. Okay, so now I've basically cut the apple in half so that it actually fits my juicer here. So the chute is actually not so, it is large basically, but it's not so large as to fit the whole apple basically. So now what we're gonna do, we are going to switch on the juicer. I think it's gonna get a little loud, so I don't know if you can hear my voice when I speak to you while preparing to juice, so I will just shut up. I will basically alter the apple with the celery, with the ginger, with the cucumber, and later the parsley as to not clog the juicer. It's always good to alter the produce you put into the juicer in order to not clog the machine and to get more yield out of the juice basically. So let's start with the apple and then go as we can pick the produce. So I just switch on the machine, it's gonna get a little loud. So I'm just gonna add the celery here. Wow, this is so good. Look at that. And you can see the juice pouring out of the machine right now and the yield of it. So I'm just gonna add, well, let me just add the ginger here. Add another bit of cucumber. Then I will take a little bit of parsley and just stuff it nicely into the juicer, right so. So look at that. That's so good. Well, there's still the parsley left. We can stick it in there. And we're gonna put the apple in it. Then it's gonna flush all the parsley out of the centrifugal juicer into your juice. So now when the centrifugal juicer has calmed down basically a little bit, you see it's actually quite loud, and this is one of the disadvantages if you have flatmates or something like that. You get a real nice cup of juice out of that produce. So what I prepared also is the cost of all the produce we've actually juiced right now. Maybe if I just hold it here, you can see how much it, where is it? There, how much it actually costs. It costs like €3.97, all the ingredients. It will be like $5 more or less. And depending on where you buy, of course, you can buy more or less expensive food. So this is the result we have, and I'm very, very, very eager to try that. So what I always do is like mix it a little bit, like so. Of course, if you like it really cold, you could add like ice cubes into your little mason jar here. And if you like to store the juice, you can store it in the mason jar as well in the fridge for maybe a day. But remember, with a centrifugal juicer, you cannot store it for more than a day because the centrifuge adds heat and oxygen to the juice so that the juice will lose its nutrients quite quickly. So I'm just gonna add it to the mason jar. And this is more or less half a liter. So look at the beauty of that juice. I will just present it for you here real quick, maybe into this camera. Look at the beautiful green color of that juice. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna get all the beautiful nutrients in it. Remember, every week we're gonna release a recipe, so you have to subscribe in order to not miss a recipe. If you wanna see exactly the ingredients and the exact process I use to create this delicious glass of juice, wonderful. This is just delicious, and it has a little spiciness to it, the zesty zing of the ginger. It's just great. You have to visit bestjuicer.net/recipes, and there you can find all my recipes that I've prepared for you. And we're gonna get really nitty-gritty into more recipes later next week. So follow us and make sure you like this video and share it with a friend. So see you next time. My name is Mauricio Prinslao for bestjuicer.net.